Life along the shores of Seneca Lake is quiet, until you hear the hum. More like a roar coming from this server room at Greenwich Generation, owned by Atlas Holdings, a private equity firm that bought up this retired power plant in 2014 and converted it from coal to natural gas. Not because this community needs electricity. Its main purpose? Powering nearly 10,000 computers 24 hours a day, mining Bitcoin.
Somebody needs to generate power for all of us. We understand that. However, we do not need to pollute this lake for Bitcoins.
Residents here warned the power plant worsens climate change while threatening Seneca Lake, the region's economic driver.
The Greenwich power plant shut down permanently in 2011 because there just wasn't the demand. But Bitcoin mining has given it new life. Now companies across the country are looking at doing the same thing.
Here's how it works. Bitcoin is a digital currency. There is no printed money, no country backing it. Instead, there are high-powered computers solving complex puzzles in order to verify Bitcoin transactions. When they do, they also earn Bitcoins, currently worth more than $30,000 each. That's called Bitcoin mining, and it devours huge amounts of electricity, more than entire countries like Argentina and Sweden.
Burn more fossil fuels in the middle of climate change to make fake money? It's ludicrous.
Greenwich has a permit that lets it emit up to 1.2 billion pounds of CO2 a year, the same as adding 127,000 cars to the road.
If ultimately this power plant was going to change all of our lives, we're going to cure cancer, we're going to feed the hungry, then yeah, we could have a discussion. But it's not going to accomplish any of that. So why even take the risk?
In order to cool the turbines at the 80-year-old plant, an intake pipe 2 football fields long sucks in about 100 million gallons a day from the lake, killing fish and aquatic life that get drawn in to what the Sierra Club calls giant fish blenders. Greenwich says they're in full compliance with state standards and plans to install screens to protect the fish, but not until next year.
I'm lost for words for that. Every fisherman on this lake is upset that all of our fry, all our bait, are getting put in there, churned out, and shot back as a slurry.
The plant then discharges the superheated water into a river, raising fears about algae blooms and harm to the trout.
One of my favorites.
But Greenwich has its supporters, like Gwen Chamberlain, who spent her whole life on Seneca Lake and joined the company's advisory board. She says Greenwich cleaned up coal ash from the previous owner that could have spilled into the lake.
That would be an environmental disaster, but that won't happen because Greenwich is here and they're committed to taking care of that forever. We need the electricity, and if Bitcoin mining helps them stay in business and helps them stay here to do what they need to do to help the environment, take care of this property and the landfill, I support them 100%.
Inside the power plant, CEO Jeff Kurt says Greenwich is carbon neutral because it buys credits to offset its emissions.
The plant's been operating for 80 years, and the environmental impact of the plant has never been better than it is right now.
The Bitcoin miners you have here, where do they come from?
The Bitcoin miners that we have here are made mainly in Southeast Asia and China.
Greenwich plans to double its Bitcoin mining this year, then double it again next year, and keep growing to 26 times its current size. The company says that means more jobs. But state lawmakers say the benefits are bleak when computers are doing most of the work.
There's 12 jobs. Maybe when it's they increase their size, it might be 20 jobs, 25 jobs. Every single winery here, every winery has at least 30 to 40 employees. In the Finger Lakes alone, $2.9 billion agritourism industry with 60,000 jobs that all depend on the lake being what it is, the temperature. All of these wineries, obviously, the vineyards depend on the climate that's here, very, very sensitive.
Lawmakers tried unsuccessfully to close a loophole that let Greenwich restart operations without a modern-day environmental study, despite its cryptocurrency conversion. Now community activists are fighting plans for 4 new buildings to house more computers. Greenwich says the plant does send electricity to the grid, powering local homes and businesses. But more and more of it will go to Bitcoin as the mining operation multiplies.
Why should all of this power be going into essentially making money from mining Bitcoin?
Well, we think Bitcoin is here to stay, and we really see Greenwich as a model for what the rest of the industry can do.
A big environmental cost with a huge financial reward. Greenwich tells investors it costs less than $3,000 to mine each Bitcoin. They sell now for close to $33,000. Josh Lederman, NBC News, Seneca Lake, New York.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.